So knife attacks are going to be dynamic. Violence in general is dynamic, right? So as we start to look at this, how do we start getting people to go from making blocks to dragging to the outside, or making some stoppage, getting to the inside because that's the direction they needed to go, finding whatever grips, or God forbid there's a frame involved, I can't quite get a grip over there, so starting to figure out how to get over to here. For us, that comes down to repetition, comes down to training, drilling, things along those lines. We favor a lot around flow drills. Flow drills are really good because I can give a sequence of positions, like let's say an inside 2-on-1, a front side 2-on-1, an outside 2-on-1, and a back position. And I can not only allow them to get a high amount of those positions and repetition in those segments, but they get it in movement. Oftentimes, we kind of see this a lot in martial arts, right? It's like he does a stab and it's like, there's your block, and then step 2, and then step 3, and then step 4. And if you're watching this video and you recognize that, maybe I'm talking about you. But what we really want to do is we want to teach people to get into it. So we're really leaning into the practice portion of this. How do we get people to build skills, okay? So we're going to use 4 positions, the ones I just showed you about. This would be a part of what we would commonly refer to as our standing circle flow. So I'm in an inside 2-on-1, my head is outside of the pocket. Okay, first you need to know these positions, and we have whole entire online programs and in-person trainings on this, but we're focusing more on the repetition of the flow drill. So I'm going to start completely static, dead zombie mode. I have good grips, good position. Okay, I have my inside 2-on-1. From there, I'm going to move and transition to my front side 2-on-1. Once I have my front side 2-on-1, again, he's being static. This allows me to actually feel positions. Where's my footwork? How's my posture? Now as I go to move to the outside 2-on-1. Once I get to the outside 2-on-1, again, I can structure my grips. I can play however I want to, but I'm doing this and being able to feel the position. From here, I'm going to melt. I'm going to take that back position. Well, now, not only are we going to move into these positions, but we're going to move in reverse order through them as well. So Eli's going to start to slowly walk me out. His hip starts to open up. That puts me back to collecting the outside 2-on-1. He starts to post and rip away. That puts me back to my front side 2-on-1. He shoves my head out of position. That puts me back to the inside. Now, we can start a timer, let's say 1 minute, and I can work through all of these positions, learning not only how to refine each individual position, but more importantly, to learn how to get in and out of them repetitively at a high number. And that's super, super, super important for us to start to learn to move. Because dynamically, I can't be going, bro, hold on a second, but just give me a minute. I'm trying to figure out how to get over there. I've got to learn against movement. I've got to learn against energy. Once we do this static, now we can start to add a little bit of resistance. Maybe we add 1 layer at a time. So this time around, Eli's just going to be moving his feet a lot more. So not only do I have to find my connections and grips, but I have to keep up with Eli's body movement and just tracking where his feet and his hips are going. Maybe from there we start adding, well now Eli can kind of move the knife around a little bit. So he's pushing and pulling, and while he's doing that, I'm looking for those energy movements where I can go to build that. And obviously we can continue to build. He can start posting, hitting, we can put on gloves, we can do all that type of stuff. What we're doing is we're developing flow drills, high amounts of repetition, short period of time, and teaching people how to train with energy. So we're focusing on teaching you how to navigate a situation, how to problem solve, instead of saying, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. And in the KCC program, that's the first place we start everybody. We call it our Fundamentals of Control, or our KCC1 program. What we're doing is teaching you how to learn. The more repetition, the more time you put into those things, the better or higher likelihood you're going to have of actually pulling something like that off in a dynamic situation. So we all know, no matter how good a program is, it's only as good as the amount of time you spend drilling it. So flow drills are a super impactful part. We've got tons of flow drills. You can have a ton of fun with it. You can create a lot of variability and a lot of intensity into it. But at the end of the day, you got to train, you got to refine, you got to train against energy, and you've got to slowly build at a meaningful pace, right? So hey, that's Knife Control Concepts. That's our Fundamentals of Control. That's why we lean into flow drills. It's only one element of what we do, but it's a huge element of what we do. If you want to check it out, you can find myself, Aaron Giannetti, Eli Knight. The third party, Mike Cheney, is not with us here today, but check out Knife Control Concepts on all the interwebs and the social medias. Check out the program, catch us in, and we'll see you next time.